Hello, Mike here from MotorState, and in this video I'd like to talk about a new feature added to Price Guide Pro in August of 2019, and that feature is the ability for us to pre-calculate freight and all related fees for vendor dropship carts in Price Guide Pro. Prior to this, we have not been able to tell you what the freight is for a vendor dropship order, and we've done sort of a marginal job of telling you up front what the fees are going to be. With this update, that has been corrected. So I'm going to go ahead and log into Price Guide Pro and show you what I mean. With these changes have come some significant but hopefully easy to understand workflow changes that I'll go through now. So I have one cart started right now that has an MSD part in it. Okay, so I am going to order, or I want to order, a HOT 1302, a Hotchkiss Performance part, which MotorState does not have in stock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hit Add to Cart. Because the cart that I have selected has got a stocking part number on it, the cart is considered a stocking cart and therefore not a vendor dropship cart, and I'm not able to add the vendor dropship line. No big deal. What I need to do is I need to create a new cart. Still in the search results. Now I can simply select the second cart, which has no line items in it, and select vendor dropship, which will then turn this cart into a vendor dropship cart. And you can see that here that we've got a little badge on it, and if we click in the cart, you can see that the cart icon has the VDS or vendor dropship badge, and it also tells you which manufacturer the vendor dropship is for, because once a cart has been turned into a vendor dropship cart, not only can I can only add line items from that manufacturer to the cart. And we'll talk in a minute about once a vendor dropship cart is created, I can actually add stocking parts that MotorState has in stock to that cart to also be vendor dropship, which is another new part of this workflow that we couldn't do before. And we'll get to that in a minute. So let's review. I could not add a vendor dropship line to this cart. I had to create a second cart which became a vendor dropship cart. Now, if I try to add this very part number, an MSD 2225, if I try to add that to my vendor dropship cart, the system will not allow it. It's already been designated a vendor dropship cart for Hotchkiss Performance. So if I try to do this, I'm going to get the little red message of death that says I'm not allowed to do that. Now, let's say that I want to add an item to this cart that MotorState has in stock. Prior to this change, as I mentioned before, we were not able to do that. Right now I can do a search for HOT, which will bring up all the Hotchkiss Performance, and let's say that I want to add this 1102 to my vendor dropship cart. Because the cart is a vendor dropship cart and started with a vendor dropship line for HOT, I'm able to add any Hotchkiss Performance part to this cart regardless of the stocking status on MotorState. Understand that everything that gets added to the cart will be treated as a vendor dropship and submitted to the manufacturer for them to ship everything together. This saves you from paying two legs of freight, one from MotorState, one from the manufacturer. The only caveat to this whole thing is that catalogs cannot be added to a vendor dropship cart. For example, an MSD 100. Any manufacturer catalog, many of them have been designated with the part number of 100, cannot be added to any vendor dropship order regardless of the manufacturer. That is just a quirk of the system, and if you need to get catalogs, you can give us a call and we'll walk you through how to do that. Okay, so we've created a vendor dropship cart for Hotchkiss Performance, and as you can see, we've got estimated freight for these two line items now. One which is actually stocking at MotorState that's been converted to a vendor dropship, and one that was out of stock. We can also tell you definitively what the manufacturer fees are going to be for this order, and you can see that there. We've changed the way that we report and allow you to select shipping methods for vendor dropships as well. We cannot control what the manufacturers ship with, which carrier they ship with when we submit a vendor dropship order. We can request a particular carrier all we want, but that manufacturer may or may not have a relationship with them, and therefore they're going to select their own shipping method. Manufacturers report to us, roughly half of them have reported to us that they have a shipping preference. We tell you that here on the screen if we know it. There are some cases where we don't know it, And just because we know that this manufacturer prefers UPS is not a guarantee that it will be shipped UPS, but we're trying to give you as much of a heads up as we can. And you can see in the generic designations are regular, ground, 1-day air, 2-day air, 3-day air, Saturday delivery, and truck freight. Just like in regular orders, truck freight doesn't get calculated unless you have a truck freight order. So I think that is everything related to the changes for the vendor dropships. And let's just quickly review. A vendor dropship cart must now be isolated to a single manufacturer. Once you've created a cart for a specific manufacturer by adding a vendor dropship line to it, you can add stocking lines from the same manufacturer to that cart, which will be then treated as a vendor dropship, so the whole order is going to get sent to the manufacturer. We're going to tell you what freight is up front. We're going to tell you accurately what all the vendor dropship fees related to that particular order are going to be, so you have all that up front. We've simplified and changed the shipping method selection, and we tell you when they have a shipping preference, and you're not allowed to vendor dropship catalogs. So hopefully this all makes sense. This is a very positive change in the pre-calculated freight. Hopefully the workflow stuff is easy for you to understand. If you have any questions at all, as always, please give us a call, 269-210-4011, or you can email us at pgptech@motorstate.com. Thank you.